All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to week 3. So, we're going to dive into the new week today. We're going to start focusing on some twists. So, we haven't really added some major twisting into our practice yet. So, twists are super good for our purification system. We all hear the word, like the buzzword detoxing. You need to drink this to detox, have a lemon juice to do that. No, we have organs, we have an inbuilt system that naturally detoxes the body. Yes, you can help it out by eating healthy, but you don't need to fall for all this other stuff. So, I'm going to take you through a practice that is really good at massaging the inside organs, getting our lymphatic drainage going, getting our detoxification purees pathways working. So, yeah, it's a really good practice to do, especially when we're feeling over bloated, especially from weekends. So we're just going to practice closing our eyes, just coming onto our mat, allowing ourselves to just give ourselves this space, this presence, breathing into the body without changing it, just noticing where your breath is at. And then slowly start deepening the inhales all the way into the belly. And exhaling smoothly out. Giving ourselves a moment to arrive. And take one cleansing breath together. So deep inhale. And sigh it all out. One more here. Deep inhale. And out. Beautiful. Bring our hands to heart center, feeling the connection of the palms, the thumbs at the heart space. We'll begin our practice by chanting Om, taking a deep breath in. Om. We give thanks to the sages, the rishis, and the yogis who came before us to share this knowledge. We pay our respects to Indigenous landowners, past, emerging, and present. We give thanks to God, divinity, higher consciousness, guardian angels, whatever you want to call it, for bringing you safely to your mat. So we're going to start with our Kapalabhati breath. So we're just coming onto our mat. Now, the first practice we're going to do today is we're just going to get straight into it. Warm ourselves up, detoxify ourselves from the weekend. Maybe we had a few too many drinks, like some of us, not to name names. So we're just going to detox everything, get ourselves pumped and moving, ready for the new week. So we're going to do our Kapalabhati breath. So that was the one where we're forcefully exhaling and not really doing much to inhale. So getting onto our knees, rolling the shoulders up, back and down. We're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to pump the belly for 10 breaths. So deep inhale and then forcing the exhale out. And then just coming to a gentle seat. We'll do one more of those. Doing it for 15 rounds now. Just remembering, we're just kind of contracting the muscles to send that breath out. So inhale and exhale. And back to your normal breath. So just by contracting those muscles, we're getting everything started, warming up. Now we're going to inhale the arms up and exhale, twist to the side. You can be doing this on your knees or in a seated position, up to you. And inhaling up and exhaling to the other side. Following your own breath here. So there'll be a fair few twists, because twists are what causes us to massage the inner organs. Flowing with your own breath, inhaling up and exhaling out. And then just coming back to your normal seated position. So moving into our tabletop, we'll float through a round of sun salutations. So setting up, getting ready. We're just going to open up with cat and cow. So dropping the belly, opening up the spine, the chest, looking up. Exhaling, pushing the mat away. Inhaling up. Exhaling, pushing the mat away. Maybe it's exaggerated and really big movements. Maybe it's just little subtle spine warm-ups. And then coming to a pause. We're going to inhale here, tucking the toes, planting the hands into the ground. And exhale, send those hips up and back, really opening up the back of the body. Deep breaths here. Just feeling that nice stretch, maybe walking your dog, one heel down and the other. Pushing that chest towards the thighs. Taking your gentle steps all the way to the top of the mat and hanging here for your first forward fold. Maybe clasping opposite elbows, nodding the head yes, shaking it no. Maybe some slight bounces up and down or side to side. And hanging here, gently rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae, being nice and mindful, rolling the shoulders up, back and down, arms forward, finding our Tadasana. So again, setting up for our Tadasana, feet can be together or a little bit apart, whatever's more comfortable for you, where you find your balance. Really lifting those toes, spreading them, placing them back down, gripping into the mat. Palms forward, slight tuck of that pelvic floor, that P and poo muscles turned on, all of our core turned on, that Pilates core set, shoulders over hips, finding a strength in this pose first. Really grounding down through the mat. So we inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale, float over our legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping that right foot back, coming into our runner's lunge. Taking a deep breath here. Lengthening the spine, looking forward. So we're moving into our vinyasa. So this is, if you still like the hatha style, putting your knee back down on the mat, please feel free to do that. But we're going to up the ante a little bit by moving through a vinyasa flow. So the sun salutations are still similar, but there'll be some differences. So we're taking this one back. We're really opening up that hip. Exhaling, stepping that left foot to meet the right. Our downward facing dog. Inhale, floating through like a wave, holding that core in, navel to spine, finding our plank. Breathing here. Feeling that strength, the connection to the mat. And for our first one, we're going to exhale slowly down all the way to the mat, one line of energy. Again, dropping your knees if you need to. Taking the hands a little bit out to the side. Inhaling up for our cobra or our baby cobra if you need. Exhaling back down, tucking the toes, and finding our way back to our downward facing dog. Going to inhale that left leg up all the way to the sky, three-legged dog. Stepping it through, bringing that knee through to the chest, the nose, in between the hands, finding that runner's lunge again. Taking a deep breath in here, exhaling to step that back foot up to meet the left. Hanging for our forward fold. Maybe wrapping the hands behind the legs, pulling ourselves a bit closer down, sending the hips even higher to the sky. Inhale, circle sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, pulling the hands back down to prayer. Recalibrating here, getting our breath. So vinyasa, as you notice, it's a little bit faster paced. You're going with your breath. So an inhale a movement, exhale a movement. If at any time you need to just slow it down, honestly. No right or wrong. So now we're on to the other side. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale, folding over that leg, maybe grabbing behind the calves. Inhale, straightening that back. Exhale, stepping the left foot back, runner's lunge. So really strong here. Still opening up that hip flexor. Pushing that knee into the elbow, elbow into knee. Deep breath here as we get used to our runner's lunge without the knee being dropped. Or if we're dropping the knee, that's fine. Deep breath here. Exhale, stepping that right foot back to meet the left. Finding our downward facing dog. Inhale, floating through. This time we're going to exhale to chaturanga. So lowering halfway. So this is where we get those yogi push-ups going. Inhaling, upward facing dog. So to get into our upward facing dog from our chaturanga, we're kind of pushing ourselves forward, bringing the spine up. Knees are lifted, but if that's too much, keeping everything down and very gently pushing up into this pose. Tucking the toes, exhaling back for our downward facing dog. This time inhaling that right leg up and back, trying to keep those hips squared, pointing down, toe pointing down. Exhale, stepping that knee through the center, in between the hands, and finding our runner's lunge again. Deep breath here. And exhale, stepping that left foot to meet the right. Forward fold. Finding our recovery position. Maybe elbows clasped, hands behind calves. Releasing all the tension out of the neck and the shoulders. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. And exhale to heart center. You should really feel your heart pumping now. I definitely am. Finding out Tadasana one more time. Hands out to the front. Beautiful. We'll move through our warrior series, really just to build up that strength for a Monday. Inhaling the hands up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhale that left knee up. Exhale, stepping it back 3 to 4 feet behind you. Spinning that back heel down and setting up for our warrior two. So remember, you can heel toe as much as you like until you find your position. That right heel in line with the arch of the left foot. Right knee over the leg. Inhale the arms out. Really pointing the energy out of the fingers, finding that strength here. Deep breath here for our warrior two. Viparadasana. Inhale, flipping that palm up to the sky. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Opening up that side body. Taking a few breaths here. Really contracting in this side, but opening up through the right. Inhale here, and exhale, floating through for our extended side angle. So our right elbow meets the right knee. We're one line of energy from the left hand to the left foot. Spinning that chest open, breathing in here. One more breath in, and exhale back for our peaceful warrior. This time we're going to clasp the right hand behind the left, turning our body to face that front bent knee. Inhale, sending the hands back behind us. Inhaling, opening up the chest. Exhaling, exalted warrior, or humble warrior, folding over that front leg. Sending the hands above the head. Trying to keep the shoulders away from ears, really pushing into those hands. Exhale, dropping the hands, inhaling back up to our warrior two. From here, we're going to spin onto our toes of the left foot, really bending in to this front knee. We're going to find our easy twist, so placing our left hand next to our right foot, inhaling that right hand up to the sky. So staying here, or maybe dropping that back knee, finding where you're at today, but just taking our first easy twist of the session. Nice deep breath. You're not only detoxing your body, but your mind and soul as well, letting go of whatever doesn't serve you. Exhale to frame the hand, stepping that right foot back for our downward facing dog. Finding that beautiful calf stretch, using this as our recovery. You can stay here, or float down to child's pose, or float through your vinyasa. So inhaling through to our plank, exhaling to chaturanga halfway, inhaling upward facing dog, and exhaling down dog. So whenever I say if you want to float through vinyasa, you can also just rest in child's. No rush. You're going to bend the knees, look between the hands up the front of the mat. Inhale here, and exhale, jump to the top of the mat, or step one foot to the other, or tiptoe. It's up to you. But if you want to try and pick things up a bit, starting to practice our jumps this week. They're quite fun when you get used to it. Exhaling, hanging over those legs. Inhale all the way up. And exhale back to heart center. So you can stay at the front of your mat. I'm just going to walk to the other side so you can see me do the other side. Inhale the hands up. Exhale to heart center. We're inhaling the right knee. Exhale, slowly sending it back. Stepping it back 3 to 4 feet apart. Setting up for your warrior two. Making sure that that heel is in line with the arch of your foot. Maybe you need to step it a bit more. Then really bending into that left knee, sending that knee out to the side so you can see your big toe. Inhaling the arms, energy really shooting out the fingertips. Don't just be hanging here. What sort of warrior have you seen just hang like that? You're really sending the energy out. Finding the strength in every single corner of your body here. Deep breath in. Exhale, maybe sink a little bit more into that front leg. Spine nice and straight. Inhale, flipping the palm. Exhale, peaceful warrior on the other side. Really opening up the left side body. Deep breaths here. On your next inhale, maybe spinning that chest a little bit more to the sky. One more inhale. Exhale, floating over for extended side angle. One line of energy from your right hand to your right foot. Grounding down through your left elbow onto your left knee. Deep breaths here. And inhale, taking that hand all the way back for our peaceful warrior again. Exhale, taking that hand behind you. Inhaling to face that front leg. Sending those hands back behind you, really opening up that chest. Deep breath here. And exhale, humble warrior. Coming over that front leg. Keeping your hands clasped together if you can. If not, the shoulders are just a bit tight. That's okay. Deep breath here. One more inhale. On the exhale, drop the hands and inhale, floating back up for our warrior two. Really feeling that burning now in that front leg, the strength, the fire building. You're going to turn to your front leg, coming onto the tippy toes or the ball of your foot on the other side. Inhaling up here, then exhaling, planting your right hand next to your left foot. Inhaling, opening up the chest for our easy twist. Again, dropping to the knee is always an option. Otherwise, floating it up and finding our easy twist here. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Planting the hand down, stepping that foot back. Finding our downward facing dog, our recovery. You can stay here, float down into your child's pose, or inhale through a vinyasa. So inhaling to plank, navel to spine, core on. Exhaling chaturanga, elbows to ribs. Inhaling upward facing dog. And exhaling downward dog. Oh, it's been a while since I've taught these. I'm definitely out of breath. Taking a deep breath here. Now we're going to make it to the front of the mat. So looking between the hands, bending the knees. You can either take one step up, then the other to come to your forward fold. Or if you want to get into your jumps, bending the knees. The more of a bend you have, the more of a leap you can get. Inhaling, looking between the hands, and exhaling, jumping your feet to the top of the mat to meet your friends. Deep breath here. Inhaling to halfway lift. And exhaling, folding over for our recovery. Hands behind calves. Or simply touching the mat. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. And exhale to heart center. From here, we're going to find our chair pose. So I think this will be our first chair pose that we've done as well. So chair pose, coming together like your Tadasana, legs zip together, or maybe just a little bit hip width apart, up to you. Spreading those toes. We're going to inhale. And we're going to sit the hips back like we're going into a chair, hence the name. Again, you want that slight tuck of the tailbone so that you're not jutting out like this. You really want to turn that belly on, tucking the pelvis so you're lengthening the lower back. And exhaling, sitting back as far as you can. Opening up that chest. Almost like you're skiing if you've ever been skiing. Deep breath here. Inhaling the hands to heart center. As you exhale, you're going to look over to the right, hook that left elbow outside the right knee. Inhale, pushing into those hands, really twisting to open up the chest. Keeping hips down and low. Revolve chair pose. massaging those inner organs, wringing out the old, making space for the new. Imagining that your middle of your torso is like a wet tea towel, really wringing it out. One more inhale here, and exhale to release, forward fold. Oh, yeah, a lot of legs today. So from here, you're going to heel toe your feet a little bit apart. We're going to come down to find our Malasana, pushing elbows into knees, knees into elbows, opening up those hips, taking a little bit of a breath and a breather before chair pose on the other side. Deep inhale and exhale. Sending the left hand down to the mat, we inhale the right hand up, twisting to open up to the sky. Letting go of what you've been holding on to, so you can feel the freedom of space within. The more crap we let go of, the more beauty we can welcome in. Exhaling back down, hands to heart center. Hand goes down to the right. And we inhale left, opening up. Deep breaths. One more inhale here, twisting a little bit more. And exhaling down. Inhale, sending those hips up to the sky. Heel toeing those feet to center. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, folding down. Gently rolling the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhaling up, back and down. So this time we'll move to chair pose on the other side. Coming to the top of your mat. Spreading the feet, finding a balance. Inhaling, dropping those hips. Tucking that pelvis slightly. Opening up that chest. Inhaling here, nice long spine. Exhaling to heart center. Deep breath in here. As you exhale, turning over to the left, hooking your right elbow outside your left knee. Really pushing into those hands so you can twist open the chest to the side. You don't want to be collapsing over, but really mindfully twisting open as far left as you can. Deep breath here. Deep breath. Renewal requires giving yourself up to new ways of thinking, feeling, and doing. And exhaling down, sending the hips to the sky, maybe jiggling the legs out, and then hanging for our forward fold. Planting the hands, we'll step back for our downward facing dog. Inhale through our vinyasa, or just meet us in downward facing dog. Exhaling chaturanga. Inhaling upward facing dog. And exhaling back for our downward facing dog. From here, we're going to drop the knees out to the side and come back for our child's pose. Well-deserved break. Resting the third eye on the mat. Allowing your whole body just to melt into the mat. Allowing for some stillness. Ram Dass says the quieter you become, the more you can hear. If we can quiet our minds, we can listen to our soul, listen to our body. Inhaling back up, then exhaling to find your easy seat. Sitting up, nice and tall. This time we're going to do a variation of our deer pose like we did yesterday. So your left leg, the shin is coming in line with the top of your mat. Your right leg, the shin is parallel with the side of your mat. And you're just sitting up on your hips as much as possible. Taking a deep breath here, inhaling, and exhale, turning the body over to the side to twist, and exhale, folding down. Just coming over that left leg, feeling the tummy touch the thigh, enjoying the stretch in the right leg, the right hip, maybe even the back. If you can't come all the way down on your elbows, that's fine too. Just holding it here. Breathing all the way into the hip, into the twist. And inhaling, pushing into your hands. And exhaling, walking over to the other side. Just for a counter twist here. Right hand comes behind you. Then we inhale back to set up for the other side. So right foot in line with the top. Left leg with the side. Sitting up nice and straight. Almost like a box. Inhaling here. Exhale, turning over to the right for a twist. Inhaling, nice and straight spine. And exhaling, coming down. Folding over our right leg. Tummy touching the thigh. Breathing all that prana, that vital energy into your organs. The breath and the contraction of your diaphragm massaging your intestines, your stomach, the gallbladder, the pancreas, the liver. All these beautiful organs that are already in place to detox us. Gently pushing into those hands, inhaling up. Exhaling, walking the hands over to the left. And finding that little twist here. And then gently inhaling back to center. We're going to roll down onto our mat, vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slowly. This time we're going to bend our right knee, taking it over right ankle over left knee, coming into a figure 4 stretch. So hands go in between the legs. We grab behind our left hamstring and we just easily pull that left knee in, opening up the right glute. Taking deep breaths here. Exhaling it out. Deep breath all the way in. And exhale, bringing that knee a little bit closer to the chest. One more inhale here. On the exhale, you're going to allow the legs to drop over to the left. You can keep the figure four, or you can wrap the left ankle behind the calf, crossing the legs over. Just twisting the spine, both shoulders planted on the ground, looking over our right hand. Allowing everything to just melt into the mat. Releasing a little bit more with each exhale. And gently inhaling the legs back up. And then finding figure four on the other side. So right leg goes down, left ankle over right knee. Inhale, placing our hands behind the hamstrings. Inhaling here, then exhale to pull that leg in. Feeling a nice stretch up the glute, into the lower back, into the hips. Being really mindful of our breath, breathing all the way into the belly. And exhaling out. Pulling that leg in even a little more. You can even press your left elbow into that left knee to open it up a little bit more if you like. Deep breath here. We exhale, dropping the legs over to the right. Both shoulders are on the ground. Maybe your right hand comes onto your left knee. Pull that leg into the ground even more. Sending your gaze over the fingertips of the left arm. Imagining all of those beautiful organs inside of us just being gently massaged enough to start up. And important digestion is so important to the whole body. And inhaling the legs back up. And finding our happy baby, uncrossing the legs, finding the outsides of our feet, inhaling here, and exhaling, pulling the legs down, whole spine completely flattened to the earth. Deep breath in, and then exhale, finding your Savasana, taking up as much room as you like, melting everything down onto the ground. Maybe you want to do just a gentle massage, clockwise direction, so coming up the right side of the body, exhaling across the top of that digestive tract, just underneath the ribs, massaging gently down the left and over across the bottom. So it's almost like a little box. Just gently massaging it, rubbing it in nice clockwise circles. And then exhaling down. Allowing everything to release onto the mat. Breathing all the way into the belly. And just visualizing a healthy digestive tract, healthy organs, your liver, GI tract, everything inside you. A beautiful, healthy pink color. Imagining everything is running smoothly and in conjunction with each other. Your intestines just chugging along, moving everything it needs to move, the liver working to find any toxins or free radicals in the body, absorbing them and excreting it out with the kidneys and the urinary tract. Our stomach taking in all the beautiful nutrients from our food, absorbing all the minerals, all of the good stuff, and then excreting and getting rid of everything we don't need. Breathing in all of the good, exhaling what we do not need. The Buddha said, "Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship." Taking a deep breath in. I am healthy in my body and my mind. And exhale. Breathe in. I take on and absorb only what is good for me. Inhale. I do not hold on to, and I release all that does not serve me. Bringing some gentle movement to your fingers and toes. Bringing your attention back to the mat. Bringing your knees into your chest. Giving yourself a nice big cuddle, maybe rocking side to side, massaging that lower back. And then exhale, releasing over to the left side, holding yourself in the fetal position. Gently pushing yourself up, eyes closed, shoulders stacked over hips, spine nice and long. We'll close the practice by chanting Om and 3 Shantis. Hands come to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently bow our heads. Give thanks to yourselves for turning up today. Give thanks to each other for sharing this space. And give thanks to your body, to Mother Earth, to nature, to God, to whatever gave it to you. May you stay healthy and strong and only take on what you need to, and know it's in your power to let go of the crap. Namaste.